We're nearly at the halfway mark of 2024. And if that doesn't make your eyes go big and round, I don't know what would. Hi, Judy M. Baker, president of Redwood Writers. This year is a year that I'm choosing to reinvent myself on a number of fronts. I've been contemplating how I want to reposition my writing, reposition my business, and this change has been percolating for several months, but I couldn't quite put my finger on what was going to put me over the finish line. When along came this offer to take a beta course on using some tools that I thought I understood and some that I hadn't tried yet, I leapt at the chance. I thought, wow, this is going to be pretty incredible. And I should come out on the other side with a new look, color palette, my messaging, imagery that were going to just be perfect for me. Because I decided that my top level brand is me. Underneath that is my business and being an author and some of the other fun things that I do. But I discovered as I was trying to keep up with the homework for this course, which, by the way, was not live. It was pre-recorded, and I was watching videos, and there was a point at which I went, wait a minute. I can see what you're saying, but I'm not quite there. And I realized I needed to be in a live conversation in order to get what I needed to move ahead. Meanwhile, I sort of got lost in the weeds of all the possibilities. I got lost looking for imagery. I got lost looking for different things and trying out techniques that didn't really make sense overall to who and what I want to do. But what I discovered were some benefits, and I did come out of this course recognizing two things. Sometimes I can study on my own, and other times I really prefer to have a dialogue. And I mean real time, not whenever, not with a recording, not with post this in a group and we'll get back to you. No, I really like to have a conversation. And because of that, I made a decision not to purchase more from that particular instructor, even though brilliant person, even though her results are just stunning, but it didn't fit my needs. And I want you to think about this with your writing, with your business, with your volunteering. If it doesn't fit, not just that you're not quite sure of what to do, but if it really doesn't fit and you're not getting the value, maybe it's the wrong place. I have now participated in Toastmasters for a little over a month, and this all relates. So my rebranding is about me standing up and doing more speaking. It is about my ability to be more confident, thinking on my feet as me, not as the lecturer, not as the presenter, not as the business owner, but as me. And ever since I was a kid, that's the part of speaking that has made me just quake in my boots. Being part of the pitch perfect Toastmasters group, which meets online and is all women, has given me a different perspective. I want to speak more, and I got a little rusty during the pandemic, as I'm sure many of you can relate. And what I'm discovering in this group, why I like it and why it's also very challenging, we switch roles all the time. You're not just in the role of Toastmaster for, say, 6 months or a year. There's a different person taking on a role each meeting. And we move around and people volunteer, and we do what's called, think on your feet, which is a 2-minute, you don't know what the topics are going to be, and you get to respond to a question posed by the person who is coming up with the topics. I'm delighted to say I did my first stint as grammarian, which meant I was watching other people, including myself, and those vocal tells, the ums, the ahs, the so's, the it means slowing down sometimes, taking a minute, not a literal minute, but taking a couple of seconds and figuring out what is going to come out of my mouth before I say it. And that's what I'm working on. It's really fun. It's not anything I've ever done, anything like it before. Even doing improv was different than doing Toastmasters. And I'm having a good time with it, so I'm going to stick with it. I gave myself at least 6 months to, see, can I wear this? And as an author, the ability to stand up and speak to the audience and reel them in, whether you are telling a story, a fictionalized story, or whether you are a nonfiction author, or maybe you're a bit of both. You might be a poet too. And witnessing the brilliance at author launch, at the Passel of Poets party in April, at the anthology launch parties, has renewed my faith that all of us, including me, all of us have a place where we're more comfortable and where we're less comfortable speaking. If you've not considered it before, I'll invite you to think about, well, if I want to be a better speaker, what better way than standing up and doing it? And Toastmasters is an excellent training ground on what are the things that will improve communication, eye engagement, vocal variety, body gestures, both in the room and on screen. But back to my reinvention and my transition of my personal brand, my business brand. I started exploring different messaging, and I started to look at really who my audience is and what is important to them. And based on that, what would help me communicate more effectively. Sometimes it will be in a conversation, but other times it's on my website, or it could be on a social post. How I communicate verbally and visually matter. And that's true of your books and you as an author. Consider creating a short story for the prose anthology about a transition that you have fictionalized. It can be based on something that's really happened to you, or it might be something that you have completely invented. The poetry anthology is another opportunity for you to use your voice in a different way. And if you really want to see voices used in a different way, come to the Festival of Plays with our 6 award-winning plays on May 10th and 11th at the Finley Center. There's more information on the website. And my last word for you, pick an area where you feel you want to grow, but you're not quite sure how, and take a step in the right direction. And you're going to be hearing about something really important coming up, and that's the election of officers for the coming year. Our nominating committee is being chaired by Pamela Heck. You've probably seen some information on Groups.io and in your inbox, and more will be disclosed at an upcoming meeting, and voting takes place in June. So what is your transition for May? What is the thing that will bring you closer to your dreams? This is Judy M. Baker, your president, and I hope to see you at an upcoming meeting.